basketball podcast. This is where indie rock meets the NBA's finest. And today's guest, we have Zack James of Dari and also of the band Robber Robber. He's a very talented drummer in many, many bands. And we're going to talk about the finals. We're going to talk about the Spurs. We're going to talk about the NBA draft. And we're going to talk about his new solo album that he is releasing this week. So we got a good conversation coming up. But let's talk about a few album announcements that were announced this week. Starting with finally, the long-anticipated Phoebe Bridgers has announced her new album, Lost Weekend, due out August 14th on Dead Oceans. Kind of love how mysterious she's been with everything this year. From that surprise show in Roswell, doing the no phone tour announcement, which I think is a great idea, and I really hope that picks up steam and more artists start doing. Even like the pre-save link, I took a look at the link for her new album, and there's no tracks. It's just 16 tracks of untitled track 1, track 2, track 3. So keeping it mysterious, and I'm into it. Especially considering, she really vanished for over a year after the Boy Genius stuff, and respect to Phoebe for doing it her way. Plus, she has that appearance in the new Robert Pattinson movie about To Catch a Predator, so she has a little acting debut this year as well. But another album announcement that happened was This Is Lorelei. He's releasing The Singer in My Band, due out in Matador in September. And he released the first song of it called Billy Came Back, and it really does pick up right where that last album left off, Box for Buddy, Box for Star, which was such a great album. It really got a lot of attention, got Nate a lot of attention, and I think people are going to really look forward to this album, and I'm definitely looking forward to this album as well. So second half of the year is looking strong. A lot of good releases coming up. I think more keep getting announced every day. I'd love to know what you're looking forward to. Let me know. But without further ado, let's get to my talk with Zack.
Cool. I'm Zack.
Yeah, good to meet you, dude.
Yeah, too.
I'm super excited to have you on. And we could jump right into it. The first thing I like to ask people, tip-off question, is I want to know what you've been listening to lately.
Yeah, man. I'm usually kind of bad at answering that question, but one thing that I heard recently, I went to this Airbnb and they had a jukebox and it had Voodoo Lounge in it,
Interesting.
the
Okay.
Rolling Stones
Yeah.
album from the 90s, which I'd never heard before, and it just sounded so sick coming out of this
Amazing.
box that now I'm like a huge fan of that album.
Was it like an actual like jukebox?
Yeah, it had CDs in it. So now I've been listening to that. What else? I got a copy of Heart of the Congos that I've been playing at home a lot. I'm just like alwa't trying to listen to that at home.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, with the Rolling Stones thing, I feel like I do love, and I want to make more of a habit of it, but like trying to really listen to those like later stage albums by bands, and like for the first time I listened to Brainwashed by George Harrison, and I never listened to it before, but it's awesome.
Absolutely. I have the same thing going on right now where I'm sort of like loving these late career albums. I've been listening to Cloud 9, that George Harrison record.
Yeah.
That's another one that I've been big on lately.
George is I think my fave. I think he had it's hard to go against Paul, but I think he had the best solo career after the Beatles, in my opinion.
Definitely. I didn't agree until recently with that.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, yeah, I've been converted.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially after Cloud 9.
Yeah. And All Things Must Pass is fantastic too.
And they say never judge a book by its cover, but I definitely saw that album cover and instantly was like, I need this.
Dude, sometimes it matters. That does matter. I
It
feel like
matters. Yeah,
it gets people in, and I feel like sometimes you just see an album cover, you just see an actual album, and you're like drawn to it just because of how it looks.
definitely. It works on me all the time.
So we have you on because you are in Dari Bay and you have a new album coming out, but you're also in Robber Robber, who just had an album come out, and you're generally a pretty busy guy. um, and I'd love to know, before we get into your solo album a little bit, like how do you balance it all? How do you find the time? I feel like because you're filling in on other bands as well, right?
Yeah, totally. Um, how do I balance it all? Yeah, I'm definitely just on the road a lot these days, which is awesome for me,
Sure.
and yeah, I just look at it as the goal is to play more music and keep busy. Um,
Right.
so if I'm doing that, then I'm, uh, in the right spot, I think. I mean, and there's been times where I had to get a fill-in, like, I just recently had to get a fill-in for Robber Robber for the first time, which was kinda strange, but it worked out. My friend Joe filled in for me and did a great job. Shout out to um, but yeah, and it's been kinda weird with both of the bands putting out records so close to each
Hmm.
other. Um, but yeah, try not to worry too much about the future and just kind of be happy for what's
For
happening
sure.
and just, yeah, embrace, the chaos of kind of constantly moving around.
Yeah. For anyone who kind of like is new to your music, how would you kind of pitch like the difference between your solo work in Dari Bay and Robber Robber?
Let's see. Well, Robber Robber is a little bit more I don't know. I would say it's a little more aggressive and it's, harder, I guess, in a lot of ways. I mean, they're both neither band is, soft, but yeah, I guess they're both I mean, Dari Bay is more of like a pop music oriented thing, and,
Right.
Robber Robber is a little bit freaky, I guess, and
I
Robber
would say
Robber
that's the right way to say it.
they're both freaky. Yeah, I don't know, that I'm bad at that, trying to do that thing that you just asked me to do,
That's
but
totally fine. I mean, from a listener's perspective, I would actually quite agree with that. So
okay,
I
word.
feel like in what I've heard of Dari Bay, it's like much more melodic and poppier, and
Yeah, it's like if you
Robber
like
Robber's
yeah,
quite it is aggressive and jarring at times even.
good. Yeah, love that. Yeah, if you like whispery, soft male vocals, you might be more of a Dari Bay head. And if you like a guitar that sounds like a machine gun, then that might be Robber Robber.
There's something in it for both worlds, you know.
Definitely.
I what's funny too is I recently had on Steven Peterson from Criteria, and because he's not as up to date on current basketball, we did a game where like I asked him if it's a basketball player or if it's a band name, and I do feel like Dari Bay sounds like a basketball player.
Totally. What do you picture? Who do you picture when you think of Dari Bay? Like what's
Someone from like the '90s who played like shooting guard for the Warriors or something.
Dari Bay.
That's it's like a Mitch Richmond vibe.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
3-point shooter,
Yeah.
athletic.
I can see it right now. Is he a headband guy? I think he might be a head
No, 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 no.
no?
He is bald.
Okay, definitely. Balding or full
Maybe it also kind of feels like a name wise, phonetically, it's like Darvin Ham too. Is like where I go
oh,
with it.
totally. Maybe he's a coach.
Yeah, yeah. He was okay in the '90s, but he became a really good coach.
Definitely. I think that's I like that.
Yeah,
I like the coaching arc a lot.
it's an important one.
I'm pretty
Um,
yeah, I wanna know
so
how that
you're totally. So you are a basketball fan. You're a Spurs fan, right?
yeah.
Let's talk a little. Let's unpack because you recently had some trying times this past few weeks.
Yeah. It was a really I'd say it was a tough week that we had, but I don't know. The days are going by and I'm sort of settling back into feeling just positive about our beautiful young team and, hopeful for the future and
Um, how did you feel about the narrative against Wemby during the series?
man, yeah, I don't know.
What a change!
A huge change, and I think it happened so jarringly fast.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I don't know what I can even compare it to, but I mean, I guess I get it. Like, and I knew that it was gonna happen. Like, I knew that Wemby was gonna make it to the become like one of the best players in the world, and I feel like a lot of people kind of figured that as soon as he's in MVP talks, then, you know, he's not gonna be like Mr. Lovable underdog anymore. But then people I feel like there was some reaching to, like,
I agree.
pick things about his character.
I was rooting for the Spurs. I'm a big Wemby fan as well. He's
Nice.
definitely like my favorite player that it doesn't play for my team that I've had in a long time.
Are you a Bulls fan?
I'm a Bulls fan. Yeah,
Nice. That's good to hear. Yeah, I mean, Wemby is the man.
he is. He's a strange man, but that's why I love him.
He's a strange man, and I love
Mysterious.
and I don't know, I think it's cool. I think we definitely learned a lot about him
Yeah.
during the
I
playoffs.
I think the weird thing is like with the Thunder series, he was the hero in there because everyone was so over SGA.
Yeah, that
But
was
then I didn't think that move would happen like in the next series. I thought maybe next year they'd be like, "Oh, now we're sick of Wemby because he's too good." But it happened really quickly.
that's what it was, I guess. Yeah, it was such an extreme contrast just from one series to the next.
Yeah.
That felt super weird. I didn't realize that as soon as we beat the Thunder, suddenly the other team would be the good guys,
Yeah.
and everybody hates the Spurs and loves the Knicks. I didn't realize the Knicks were so lovable.
Well, when you live in a city like that, people love to just, jump on the fun thing.
Right, which which I think is beautiful,
Sure.
um, and
It's cool to experience. Yeah.
I can't hate. It was tough in Vermont, which is where I live, um, 'cause
Yeah, I think a lot of New Yorkers head up to Vermont for sure.
definitely, I think especially in Burlington, um, where I live, there's a variety of people from the Northeast,
Hmm.
um, but still, I'm so much more used to Celtics jerseys,
It's true.
so suddenly there were so many Knicks fans out of nowhere in Burlington, which before that, it seemed like there were none.
So, did you grow up in Vermont? Like how did you become a Spurs fan?
Yeah, I grew up in Vermont, and I've been a Spurs fan my whole life because my uncle he works for the team.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so my whole family's a huge Spurs family.
It's very cool. In what capacity did he work for the team?
He, he's like, what's his actual title? He's something like the VP of communications or something like that.
Oh dang. So like almost like probably marketing side of things.
Yeah, which I don't know, I think every organization must be structured differently,
Yeah.
but he's been with them for decades, a long
That's
time,
cool, man.
over 30 years. So, um,
Through the championships.
through all the championships, um, yeah, so, like, when I was a kid, it was Tim Duncan era, and that was just my favorite thing.
The best.
And then I sort of
Uh,
fell off, like, in the middle, like, maybe in I think somewhat like, after the big 3 retired, then I wasn't quite as up to date, like, during the DeMar DeRozan, LaMarcus
yeah.
Aldridge era,
I mean, it wasn't as exciting, even though Pop was still there.
definitely. But then, um yeah, but then, like, around 2019, I got, you know,
Sure.
invested pretty heavily again, and then
Did you have any sort of attachment to like Kawhi? Were you rooting for the Raptors when they won?
um, no, I was, like, kind of not rooting well, I didn't have any attachment to Kawhi, but now
Fair.
I have an attachment. I mean, now I go back and watch Kawhi highlights from that season, and it's just some of the best basketball playing I've ever seen.
Insane stuff.
Looking back, it's like I'm watching the GOAT, but at the time, I didn't care. I was like that was kind of before people really knew about what happened with, um, the end of Kawhi's Spurs
Sure.
tenure, which I guess I don't know if people, I don't know if we, like, fully know what happened to this day, but at the time, it was kinda like, what happened there?
It seemed awkward. Yeah.
It was just awkward, yeah. So, yeah, I didn't really care at all.
Sure. I do feel like that Kawhi's 1 year on the Raptors was like maybe one of the single most impactful NBA seasons, like single seasons in the NBA.
It's
Because
unbelievable, yeah.
1 year and he wins the title, and it's just the plays he had, that bouncing buzzer beater, that one block where he just blocked someone with his finger.
Oh, yeah.
It's just insane stuff, and it's just like in
2 of
such
the
a small window.
yeah, like, 2 of the best highlights ever. That shot is maybe my favorite, like,
Iconic.
YouTube video, period.
And to be against the Sixers is something I really enjoy.
Yeah, you hate the Sixers?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if there's a team that I really, like, hate like that. I guess OKC. Not
right
to
now, yeah.
yeah, I have to. I guess the name
I loved them too. When they were getting popular, I really loved OKC because they were so like useful, and like their post game interviews were really fun, and they were messing around with each other, but the way they play isn't that enjoyable.
totally. It's true. I remember that was another big shift that happened at some point too. Probably when they
Yeah,
won, I guess.
sure.
But
So with the Spurs, how are you feeling going into next season? Do you feel incredibly optimistic?
I feel super optimistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our team's just gonna get better. Obviously, being so
Well, you
ahead of schedule.
drafted another big man. I don't know
Yeah,
if you saw it yesterday. Jaden Quint, I think his name's Quintance.
yeah.
Um,
I didn't, like, pay as much attention to this draft,
yeah.
as I have the last couple years, but yeah, is there anything that you can tell
I
me to get
mean,
hyped?
he is a he is what they were lacking in the series, and it's a big dude who can help, lighten Wemby's load when he's either not in or play alongside him, to get some actual like size. Because no shade against Cornette, but I don't think he was the move. You needed someone else of size down there to kind of help him out.
Yeah, I was really excited when we got Cornette,
Yeah,
but yeah, is our new guy,
he
he's like a power forward?
he's like a 4'5", so I think he's like 6'11", and he's like, he's not scrawny, but he is like he's a bulky dude, and I think he's a good kind of presence that they need to complement Wemby.
Amazing.
I will say I do find it hilarious that Oklahoma City drafted Ademara. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's 7'4". He played for Michigan. Um, almost as a direct, like it felt like a direct. We're that scared of Wemby. We need to counter him.
which is so rough if you're Chet
Yeah.
Holmgren.
Oh man.
That was just brutal.
I hope he can shake it. I guess just for the sake of him. But yeah, that's tough because he was all NBA this season. Like he was all NBA, I think, third team, and he just could not could not match Wemby in that series.
Yeah, just crazy meltdown vibes. But
Yeah,
man, so yeah, I wonder if people are gonna try to. I guess everyone has to figure out their method for
yeah.
when, like, he's gonna probably change the game in that way.
And I also wonder how he's gonna alter his game to counteract because clearly people were just trying to be super physical with him and kind of tire him out that way. But he can't bulk up. Like if he bulks up, he's going to get injured. Like
Right.
that's not the move either. So I don't know if it's another session with the monks or what what he's going to do.
Maybe some monks. Yeah, maybe like trying to think what else could help him.
I feel
More
like yeah, there
more
was
stuff like
I think
that.
a thing where he was um wasn't there a video where he was like meeting up with Hakeem Olajuwon? Am I making that up? I think that happened.
Yeah, I mean that was like part of his crazy off season.
Yeah.
I think there was like a Hakeem Olajuwon session in there. There's definitely that Jamal Crawford thing. The
Yeah. Oh yeah.
pick of him with KG, I think.
hmm Yeah, I think he needs to like really get some tips from like KG or like Shaq on like this is how you like don't let people like mess with you in the post.
Does Shaq ever do that? Does Shaq ever like
I don't think I've ever seen
actively?
that.
He just seems like the biggest hater of
He's a very me guy for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, I don't know. I don't see him coaching a young
Yeah.
center,
But
but
in when during the series when people were calling Wemby a dirty player, I was like, I mean, he's just playing physically. Have you ever seen Shaq play? Like he literally pushed uh, Chris Dudley to the ground
right,
after he dunked. Like stuff happened all the time. Um,
totally,
I don't think Wemby's a dirty player. He was just doing what he could to hang in there.
definitely. Yeah, he was getting hit a lot, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't control those elbows times.
um, you said you haven't you weren't paying attention to the draft that much.
I mean, sort of like I knew like who the top guys
Yeah.
were, and I knew, you know, like which teams had the best picks or whatever. But yeah, I think I've been like last year I went to a draft party, which was really fun. My friend Ben always we you know, we put on like suits and watched the draft. And then the year before that, the 2 years before that were like the Steph and Wemby drafts, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so I was
Castle and Wemby. Yeah.
yeah, so I was like definitely tuned into those just because I knew that the Spurs had good picks and we were gonna draft
And you had
crazy.
Harper last year, which was he was amazing.
But yeah, and last year obviously we had the number 2 pick. Yeah, so like I think that's why I haven't been following it as much this year is because
Sure.
we had like the 20th pick or something.
Yeah. It is always exciting when I mean, unfortunately, I feel like the Bulls have been in the lottery far too often than I would prefer, but never the top. So when we got number 4, I was pretty jazzed about that.
Yeah, when you have like a top 5 or like top 10 pick, it doesn't
Depending on the year, yeah,
yeah, if you have a top 10 pick, like it doesn't um it doesn't mean you have to learn about a ton of potential guys,
right.
I feel like, and then when it's like you have the 20th pick, it's like, all right, well, I'm not gonna learn every one in the draft or whatever. But yeah,
I'm
man,
happy with the outcome we had. For
what'd you
getting
guys do?
Caleb Wilson.
What's his deal?
He's super freaky athletic. He's a 4, and I feel like people keep comparing him to KG, but I think he's maybe even kind of more. agile than KG was. Um, so I'm very. I think a lot of. I've heard a lot of people talk that he is maybe the most high upside, exciting person in the draft. Cameron Boozer's maybe the more higher floor. You can expect him to do pretty good, but like you might get something crazy out of Caleb, which
Right.
is exciting.
Nice. Well, congrats.
um, did you see? What do you think about the Giannis trade?
Did it, like, happen for real?
It happened for real,
It
man.
happened for real.
He's on the Heat.
Amazing. I mean, do they have shooters now?
It's who, Miami or
Miami.
Milwaukee? I mean,
No,
I
right?
don't know that either team really does. I think the depth in Miami is going to be tough, because they had to give up pretty much everyone. So it's Bam and Giannis and like Pelle Larson and like some random bench guys. They need to fill out that team more. But
Andrew Wiggins.
Milwaukee, I don't know what they're going to do either because Tyler Hero is like their best player now. So
I think he's about to go crazy.
you think Hero's going to go off?
Yeah. I think
I could
yeah,
see it.
that's my hot take. That's pure vibes. I just think didn't he grow up a Bucks fan or something?
He did. He grew up in Wisconsin, but I think a lot of Wisconsin people turned on him because he transferred out of Wisconsin to go to Kentucky. Um,
They gotta welcome him back.
I think they'll get over it if he starts off strong and he drops 25 plus a game. I think they'll be happy with that.
He seems like a guy that would benefit from getting out of Miami.
Yeah,
There's like that
because he
clip.
was always like never. He was never like the first or second choice over there.
Right. You see that clip recently of LeBron saying like, "I don't recommend anybody go to Miami when they're 25."
Wow, I did not see that clip.
He
I
like
can
just like
understand it.
he just said that at some like event or whatever.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Giannis is over 25 now, so
definitely. And he's like got like a wife and kids and stuff.
right.
Yeah, get Hero out of there. Put him
He
in the
could he
forest.
yeah. He's got to go Bon Iver style, and he's
Exactly. Yeah. I'm ready
he'll
for
go
like,
off.
yeah, indie rock, soft boy, Tyler
I
Hero.
I don't know that that's ever gonna happen because if you've seen his chest tattoo,
He can cover
it's
that up with
yeah,
like
right.
it's like wool cardigan or something like that.
um so I know you said you liked the Spurs growing up because of your uncle. um who were your favorite players growing up? Was it Timmy?
Um, yeah, I always liked Tim. Yeah, I think Tim Duncan for me growing up was just like pretty much like so obviously the best player
Yeah,
ever to me. And
I think he gets disrespected a lot in the conversation of the greatest.
definitely, definitely top five. But
Five.
top five. I won't follow up
That's
on that.
fine.
Um, but he was always like so clearly the best. That it almost like made me more obsessed with other guys. Always a huge Manu fan, and I think, yeah, to this day, he's probably my favorite. Um, Tony Parker obviously was one of the most fun to watch
hmm
players of my life.
I
Um,
do love how Tim and Manu are still so active in the organization, and like they're like almost like children to Pop.
Definitely. I love that too. And I think people see that and it speaks to the quality of the organization. I'm a big fan of just the Spurs, you know, their whole their whole thing that they got going on.
hmm
Um, but yeah, trying to think who else. Like, I remember my brother had a Dewan Blair,
Man,
tee, which was extremely cool.
yeah,
I mean, Boris Diaw, like that, the 2014 like beautiful game is probably
so
my
good.
favorite. I think that's my favorite era of the team. So, like, Thiago Splitter.
New Bulls head coach.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah,
No way.
yeah, I
Crazy.
love
Because
it.
I remember there was, like, a lot of speculation about what the Blazers were gonna do.
Yep, yep. They did not make him the offer, and the Bulls took on it.
Nice. How you feeling about
Love
that?
it, love it. It's exciting. Yeah, I think I think he did a lot of good stuff in his short time with Portland.
That's the other thing about the Spurs is they just, like, send these guys out into the league, and they
Yeah,
do great things.
I
Uh,
feel like Pop and the Spurs in general, like they helped craft like basketball minds, like people who really understand the game.
Totally. Yeah, the types of people and personalities that, um, they choose, it's definitely so curated and so specific. I really admire that. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of some, like, obscure players.
You're trying to show your ball knowledge.
Spurs legend Tracy McGrady,
Yes,
one of my
yes,
favorites. I remember,
definitely.
I think, yeah, like, I liked watching Derek White, even though it was during that era that I wasn't as into, but yeah, I don't know. I
I
always
think yeah, Steven Jackson. He's definitely
he was in there too. Yeah, like Rudy
yeah.
Gay was on the team during that
Uh-huh.
time as well. I remember me and my brother got to meet Richard Jefferson when he was on the team.
I love Jeff as a commentator these days.
Yeah, me too. It's been
Yeah.
cool to see him become such a media darling.
So as, you know, with were you ever able to get like cool seats or anything like that like to Spurs games?
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, that was definitely a huge perk for us as we got
Yeah,
to go to games. Um, mostly would go to like Boston
for sure.
to see them play Celtics. Like got to see a lot of KG and Paul Pierce and like Rondo and Ray Allen, like that era. Um, and those were amazing games, like
Yeah, yeah.
close, close games.
That's
Good.
awesome.
And then yeah, sometimes we go to San Antonio to visit my uncle and his family, and yeah, if we're lucky, we'll get some cool seats at a game. Yeah, live basketball is one of my favorite things. Being
Yeah,
able to
yeah.
go to the arena and watch it in real life is the most fun thing for me.
It's something I feel like I still don't do enough. Like if I go to one Bulls game a year, I feel like that's maybe what I do, but I need to go way more. I feel like never go enough.
Totally.
Um, have you had the chance to see Wemby in person yet?
Yeah, I've seen a couple. The last 2 seasons I went to Boston,
Sweet.
saw him. The first time, um, which was 2 seasons ago, the Spurs just looked exhausted, and the Celtics seemed like they were just kind of messing around. And then at the end of the game, the Celtics kind of locked in and then just beat the Spurs pretty easy. And
They were still growing.
yeah, exactly. Still are.
Yeah.
But yeah, they would just, I don't know, mess around, make a bunch of passes, and then they'd give it to Jason Tatum. He would just do like a crazy crossover step back thing and shoot a three and it would go in. And that was just their formula, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And then I saw them play the Celtics at TD Garden this past season, and it was such an incredible game. Totally different game. And it was one of those classic Spurs things where they like come out really strong, get a lead, and then
Yeah.
almost blow it. And at the end of the game, they like somehow pull through and win, and it
They
was
find a way.
exhilarating. And
That's
I got to
awesome.
bring my girlfriend to that one.
Oh, cool.
So fun. She was hyped.
Yeah, yeah. Love it. Um, so in I guess a question I have is in your, you know, years playing music and touring, have you had any kind of like crossover with, basketball fans or stories involving basketball? Do you play basketball on tour?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we do play basketball on tour. That's like I always try to bring a basketball.
Yeah.
I'm on tour right now, and
Nice.
we didn't have a basketball, but then just today we like made a stop, and one of my bandmates went into the store and came back with a basketball. It was a nice surprise. So now we might be able to hoop.
Love it.
But yeah, I love that. I mean, I have had a couple of close calls on tour where like I went too hard
Yeah.
or like, it's so easy to tire yourself out. There was one
You
time we were
can't be
playing,
tearing an ACL, man.
it would be so, yeah, I mean, we were on tour last year and we were playing basketball at this hotel in Memphis that had a hoop behind it. And I landed funny on my ankle and did something. And yeah, I was kind of like limping for that whole day and the day after it. And um, I had just got asked to play with Unknown Mortal Orchestra for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I was flying from that tour straight to my first UMO gig. I was like so freaked out that maybe I had done something really stupid, but it worked out fine.
You got it. Okay.
Yeah, I just sort of like um I don't know. I took it easy. It worked out. But yeah, I'm trying to think what I mean, there was one time uh years ago I was in a band in high school and we went to South by Southwest and Matt Bonner, remember Matt Bonner?
Yeah.
He always
He
used
is he is one of the few indie heads in NBA.
yeah, totally. I love Matt Bonner. Him
Yeah.
and his brother Luke are from New Hampshire.
Oh,
So
sick.
we've always felt connected through being like New Englanders. Um and him and my uncle always bonded over that. But they Matt and Luke would they had like a rock something called the Rock On Foundation.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
would throw events and we played at their festival one time and then another time we were at South by Southwest and they were doing some kind of showcase
Mm-hmm.
outside of the like 18 what was the AT&T Center at that time and
Sure.
we got asked to play or my uncle like did some cool basketball nepotism and
Yeah.
got us in there and we opened
That's
for
so
that
awesome.
band Joywave.
Okay.
Um, yeah, like at a Spurs game, thanks to Matt Bonner. And then we went and we went down to the court and got introduced to Win Butler.
Oh yeah. I know that he was always in the mix on those, yeah.
Yeah, him and Matt were friends or something. And
I mean, he was a celebrity game MVP,
oh,
so
that's right. I forgot about that.
he dropped a double double.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. I always forget about the celebrity game.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
it was the last one was kind of good.
I feel like it's starting to get better than the dunk contest.
Definitely.
It's wild.
That's
Well, I'm gonna need to maybe I need your uncle to pull another favor and get Matt Bonner on the podcast so we
let's
can
get
talk music.
yeah, let's get Matt Bonner on here. He's such a nice
Gotta do it.
guy. Um, yeah. Trying to think what else. I mean, basketball on tour. I guess
I
that's
know. Well, you said you filled in for UMO. You're actually the second UMO drummer to come on this podcast because I had Julian on too.
oh yeah, Julian.
Yeah.
Julian, I mean, I don't know if he'll like that I'm sharing this, but him and I, this past series when the Spurs played the Blazers, we made a little bet that it was his idea that whichever team lost, um the loser would have to buy a jersey of the other team, but like the most problematic player from that team.
No.
Yeah.
Who's he getting?
He I can't believe he actually did it, but he got a turquoise City Edition Josh Primo jersey.
Oh no. I didn't even really like think that hard about who would be the most problematic, and like he is maybe the most problematic.
I know.
That's
I'm
wild.
sorry. Sorry to my uncle if you're listening to this. But
Hey, it
'cause
happens,
yeah,
man.
that was a really stressful situation. But yeah, I didn't think he was gonna do it, and then he like sent me a screenshot and he was like, "The order is in," and I still didn't believe it. And then he sent me like a selfie of him wearing it like for game one of the finals. He's like
That's so funny.
he's like rooting for our boys tonight.
Not wearing it in public.
But I don't know who I would
um,
have gotten.
yeah, I mean, for Blazers, I guess. I mean,
Denny?
people still think Sheed's cool.
Yeah, I
He's not that problematic.
think he's cool.
I don't know. That is a tough one.
Myers
There's got to
Leonard.
be someone though.
I think
Not me
Julian
googling most problematic Blazers player.
would it be Myers Leonard?
Oh yeah, because he had that whole stream rant, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty. That's pretty rough.
That might have been it.
Um, otherwise it's Chauncey Billups, right? Because of the whole situation last season that led Tiago Splitter to become head coach.
Maybe I would have just gotten like a black polo with like the logo on it
For Chauncey.
for Chauncey.
Um, all right, so one thing I do love to do is like it's a little interactive game. It's called Build a Band. I'd love to see you try and make a band entirely of NBA players. Like give them all, assign them their instruments. Like what's their vibe? What's their sound?
Yeah, I love this. I've listened to this podcast before, and
Love it.
I always love this part. Um, I was thinking about it. I don't know, it was hard. I had to go completely off of like vibes for this.
Yeah,
I couldn't think too much about like, you know, this guy is really consistent or like this guy's got, a great feel or whatever.
sure, sure.
I
Sometimes the
think
vibes are the most important part.
totally. I was kind of imagining like I'm just in the audience and like this is what I would want to see, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I would love to see a band that has Lindy Waters the third on lead vocals.
This is a good start.
It just seems like it would be awesome. Like he's got so much aura.
Yeah.
He looks cool.
He kind of he kind of reminds me of like the band Model Actors.
Yeah,
He feels like he would like front a band like that.
totally. I was imagining like a more like yeah, like a hard band.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Cool. All right.
fast,
Yeah, yeah. I
scary.
like it.
Um, I kind of had this mental image of Aaron Gordon playing like one of those like 10-string guitars with like the neck that's like
Like
this.
not a double neck, but a super wide neck.
Yeah, the super wide neck
Yeah.
guitar for Aaron Gordon. I don't know why I thought of that, but it was a powerful image.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and he's got a cool like presence, I think. He's very
For
calm,
sure.
but I feel like he could probably um lay down some really heavy
Yeah.
riff. And then I was thinking it would be cool to have another guitarist, which would be Sandru Mamukelashvili.
God.
And the image that I had of him is like he's more of a Tom Morello type of guy.
Okay.
He's like he's got the strap a little bit higher up.
Dude, yeah, he seems metal as hell.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I need him in the band. This one this one might be this one might sound crazy, but on bass, I would want Russell Westbrook
Okay.
just because the bassist in Dari kinda has a Russell Westbrook sort of vibe.
Does he have insane fits?
Insane Fits, it's
Mm.
actually a girl.
Oh, okay.
Um, it's a yeah, but it's like if Russell Westbrook was a girl, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, like, similar smile and charm, but
I
yeah,
feel like
great
people aren't
energy.
approaching Russell in terms of his charm, and I love it.
Yeah, well, just similar charm, nice
Yeah.
like, a nice smile.
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, yeah, no, the fit is a crucial part of my thinking also, like,
For sure.
crazy style. And I also imagine him, like, he'd be the type of guy in a band that, um, is, like, screaming every word, but, like, off mic.
He doesn't have a mic. Yeah, he's just in the background yelling.
Yeah, he's in the background yelling, like, just 'cause he loves it, like, just
Yeah, I
for the
love this song. He just can't help
Yeah,
himself. Yeah.
yeah. I'm imagining that. So I think that would be an awesome vibe. I had this idea where for drums, we have Julian and Justin Champagny, double drums.
Two kits.
Well, that's the thing, yeah, like, maybe 2 kits, but maybe, 'cause I feel like they have slightly different skill sets.
Sure.
Um, maybe one of them could, like, just have the shells and one of them could just have cymbals or something like that. But,
Love
yeah,
that.
I think identical twins on drums. I've never seen that before.
I feel like it also can add to the kind of eerie vibe of the band.
Totally. I'm thinking like a band that would scare me, for sure.
That's so
Um,
sick.
um, yeah, I don't know if Matt Bonner would book this band at his Rock On
He
front.
might. He might have to.
Maybe.
We might have to call up your uncle and just convince him.
Yeah, maybe if we pull some strings, we could get these guys a gig. But, yeah, and then I don't know, I kept wanting to, like, add some cool extra guys in there. I'm imagining, like, what if we had Bobby Portis on the turntables
Ooh,
doing some scratching?
it's starting to get more new metal by the minute.
I think like, all along I was imagining nu metal.
Yeah,
Yeah. I didn't wanna say it.
Bobby's perfect for that.
I was hoping you would say it first, which you did, but that's what it is. I just
I
think
mean,
he
honestly, I've had the riff of Bobby Portishead, and I feel like that's where we're going.
oh, Bobby Portishead is crazy. That's the thing about, like, your Instagram account is it's just the most niche
Only
joke.
like a small group of people find it funny,
Yeah,
but that's why I do it.
Bobby Portishead. Yeah, so he is, like, scratching. Yeah, he's
Love it.
bringing that element, and he's like, I wanna see him in a pair of big headphones,
Yes,
you know?
totally.
Um, and then, like, I don't know, I had this last minute idea of, like, what if we just have Isaiah Stewart, like, hitting pieces of metal and, like, hitting, like,
Obscure
trash cans?
percussion, yeah.
Yeah, like Slipknot style.
It's all super Matrix right now.
Definitely. But that one I feel like is obvious,
Yeah,
needs no explanation, but
so good.
that's my band.
Love it.
I don't know
I
what they're called,
also,
though.
yeah, I mean, I I I love pulling out the deep cuts for this too, because a lot of people will try and just do based on like kind of like their skill set, and I feel like just vibes visually is kind of all it takes.
Yeah, I want people listening to this podcast to just, like, think about this,
Yeah,
like, yeah, just enjoy it.
because no one else is putting Mama Skittish really in in a band.
No, I hope they do.
They need to start. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Well, I really appreciate you coming on. Is there anything else about the new Dari Bay album you kind of want to talk about?
Man, I mean, when does this episode come out?
It'll come out in I think early next week,
Okay, word.
so
So,
it'll be out.
Yeah, so, I mean, we just put out a new record, on Friday, the 26th of June, and it's called Surprise Wish, and, yeah, you should listen to it, and we're gonna go on tour.
There you go. Listen to it. Catch them on tour. Um, Thanks again for joining, man. It's been fun talking.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much to Zach for joining. Check out Robber on tour. Check out the new Dari Bay album. Check out Dari Bay on tour later this year. Yeah, it's great talking, but thank you for listening. If you want to join the conversation, join us on Discord. You can find a link, find all those like-minded indie basketball people just like you. Otherwise, follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on TikTok and Blue Sky at Indie Basketball on all those locations. But otherwise, thank you so much for listening. Thank you to everyone who supports on Patreon. If you want to support on Patreon, we're at patreon.com/indiebasketball. We have a new half court session out with Brother Bird that is out now. Check it out. You get a bonus song on Patreon if you're a subscriber, if you're a supporter over there. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.